This is tough. We might get emotional, it's okay. What is your experience of like not having a dad? Tattoos. This is like a controversial thing, okay?
Is it though? I
think so.
Hate it. The only thing I'm scared of is like with not having a lot of friends is that I'm never gonna like, that I'm gonna get too adjusted to it.
Prom, obviously nervous. There's gotta be some excitement as well.
There's like literally like this much excitement.
Your eating disorder at times, right? Just obviously something frustrating and hard because it's like that's like a real problem.
I had it before and it came back, so I think it's like just something inside of me, unfortunately.
But I'm really proud of you because you've like conquered it. Has been a lot about your breakup, right? And before we ever announced, like Piper and Lev are no longer in a relationship. Like,
it is emotional. I mean, I honestly. Because we haven't ever done this before, but I've been told so many times, maybe it's not even true, but that I should do a podcast because I am so good at talking for a very, very long time to the camera. Not to normal people, but to the camera I'm pretty good at.
You think you're good at talking?
To the camera.
Okay. Yeah, no, so actually Piper's done a podcast before, like.
I did when we were in, where was it? Wait, no, an actual podcast?
A real podcast.
An actual podcast.
Was it Sweetie High?
Well, I did that, and then I went to another person's house, and it was just a random person's house.
Okay, no, we've actually done some podcasts before. Piper has. I've done a podcast before once, and it was actually really dope. And everyone literally says all the time, like, do a podcast, so we're here.
We're doing a podcast, but I feel like I should be at like a desk and like a microphone and stuff, but whatever.
Here's the deal.
It's just, Hunter put this together.
This is my office. I was gonna legit rent a podcast studio, and like we have a friend, his name's Andro. You remember Andro?
No.
We met him at the ranch. He works at Jason Nash's podcast or something. I was gonna hit him up and like do it, but in the future, maybe if you guys like this, we'll have him produce like podcasts for us and actually do this.
Maybe, and we have to come up with like a cute like name, like call her daddy.
This is on my list.
Like not something like that, but like something cute and clever like that. You know what I mean? Like.
Well, like okay, we were gonna do like the Squad Cast a long time ago. That's such a good name.
Y'all,
but like,
you don't even understand how long it took us to even get like the Instagram for the Squad. Like we were all thinking of these random crazy names, and we were like, no, or yeah, maybe, and everyone liked a different thing. You have to think about it. It was like 25 people, like including the parents, like all like trying to think of like something to make for the Squad thing. But I guess the Squad was the coolest thing, and you guys.
It could be like the BBY Cast or something. Who knows? Like in the future, like imagine like a neon sign of like the name of it and stuff.
Like Baby Be Honest or something. I don't know, like something like that. I don't know. Right, we have to still think about it.
Ignore the sunglasses. I had LASIK eye surgery. We actually reacted to it.
It's so weird. Shouldn't you already be healed from this? Like.
No, it takes like 3 months. I thought it was like 3, like it's,
I've heard people say that it's like very, they literally were like back on the street. Yeah,
90% of cases are like the next day is good, but for me it's been not so bueno. But anyways, look, I have tons of stuff to talk about. Piper, I want to get into like potentially some emotional stuff. Some breakups have happened.
I feel like I'm at like a place where that I don't want to be right now, like that I like have to go to because my manager wants me to go.
This is your show.
Or something.
But I do want to get I want to get in depth, right? This is like a part where you could be vulnerable and like, I mean, YouTube.
I'm like always vulnerable though. I'm always on the couch crying about something.
Well, yeah, you basically have a podcast, but we've never done it. So.
Yeah, and we're not on the couch of doom.
We could do this on the couch of doom.
I don't want to go in my room.
All right, so here's the deal. I'm obviously not like the owner of your channel or the show or this podcast. Potentially, like let's say this works, we create a whole new channel, we do a podcast. Do you see yourself potentially, if this is fun, just migrating from like YouTube and like scripted kind of content and just going into like telling your stories, maybe giving advice? Because no offense, like this isn't even offensive. You've been hated so hard on the internet, and it's not fair.
But it's like it happens to everybody, and I think everybody has it in different ways. And I think it makes you a lot stronger, of course. But it literally happens to everybody. It's just like if I went to school and I got bullied. But like I feel like that's even worse. I think with me, it's a lot easier than like normal life and going to school and like having people bully me there, because I can literally just turn my phone off and not look at it for the rest of the day, and I won't see anything like that until it gets brought up again. But if you're at school, you're constantly around those people who are picking on you and stuff. And like, I mean, honestly, I'm always like, world peace, why are we being mean? But people have been mean and bullying, and there's been war since like we were not even here.
Well, so do you think that a podcast is like a good outlet for you? Do you think this is a place where you could like help people?
But it also isn't, because I also think like, there's so many other things that I could be doing with my time. I'm moving over to Snapchat. I want to do like a lot of like Snapchats, and I love taking photos. Not photos where I stand in the camera and I'm like I hate photos when I just look at the camera and smile. Like it literally makes me want to like just do something crazy, like rage. But if I am with like someone that like I'm very comfortable with, and I can take a photo and I can make it like artsy and like a weird pose, like a pose that you wouldn't normally see, because I don't know, there's something about that.
There's one picture of you, it's like from one of your shoots, and you're like bent over backwards, but it looks so sick. Obviously, it would be uncomfortable taking it.
Well,
but like,
yeah, I mean, I just like to make it look different, as much different as possible, because there's so many photos of people just standing there, and maybe my photos are weird, and if an actual photographer was taking a photo, they would be like, what the? But
I don't think so. Photographers like that, right?
Yeah, but also they want to just like get their job done and be like, all right, smile at the camera, bigger.
Yeah, but that's like boring. Like look at like people like Jordan Matter. He's got people hanging from stoplights.
That's true.
And like doing backflips off of cop cars. That's obviously more entertaining than like.
All right, smile. Smile.
Okay. Anyways, doing some Snapchat. How is Snapchat going? Like right now, out of all the platforms, YouTube. Here's why I say the podcast thing, because YouTube is like. For us, it's been more of a job recently, right? It is difficult.
But it's not even a job, because I don't get anything out of it besides you guys watching it, and I don't really care. I know that like probably my old friends probably look at my channel and they're like, oh my god, she gets no views. But like, it's not about the views anymore at this point. I literally get nothing out of it besides literally you guys watching it. And the people like that I see like relate to my videos or say that they saw this in my videos, it's like, oh, okay, so, I'm getting to the people that I want to get to. Maybe I'm not getting tons of millions of tons of million of views, but at least I'm getting to like some people, because like, what's the point,
No, I think like that's why I think the podcast is a good thing. It's like something different, and it looks like a lot of influencers. You have Logan Paul, or I don't know if you know George Janko.
Yeah.
Right? They all were YouTubers, like Tanner Fox, FaZe.
What is pink on my hand?
I don't know. She was yelling at me that I cut my finger, and this has like Cheeto dust on her hand. What is that?
Do you think it's my Benetton?
I don't know what that is. What is Benetton?
Oh, why would I be doing that?
Is that like skin stuff?
No, it's for my lips. I hope I didn't spill it all the way everywhere in my room.
Oh no.
That's so scary.
You wanna go check?
No, it's fine.
Okay. I noticed it when she first sat down. But yeah, okay, so what I'm saying is like YouTube has become a job for us, right? It is like more work than it is fun, which is not how it always was. And instead of like not forcing, but really working hard to create. Yo, she's so sad about her hand.
I'm really confused how it got freaking all over my hand.
We'll get into that later. But I think podcasting, this is somewhere you can like talk, and you could be Piper, and you can.
But like, what do I have to say that people want to listen to?
Let me handle that. I got it. But people want to hear you talk all the time.
But honestly, do they? Because they don't even know. Because all they used to watch is me doing videos about like last 2 challenges.
Okay, but you were like, it wasn't real.
Yeah, it wasn't real. So what? How do I know if they're gonna like me when I'm real?
Then they shouldn't like you anyway. Do you want people?
Then they shouldn't like me anyway.
What do you want people not like? Okay, no offense to influencers out there, but you're creating content for the viewer is not fair. It's dumb. It's not cool, right? You should create content that you like, right?
Of course.
Okay, so now Snapchat is something that you enjoy, that you
Well, yeah,
do.
I think, because I have complete, like, not that I don't have complete control over everything, but I don't know how to do Hunter's job. I don't know how to edit stuff. I don't know how to post stuff. I don't know how to look at the analytics and that stuff. Like, I don't know how to do that. I probably could learn, but with Snapchat and like with Snapchat at least, like I have learned how to do it all by myself. Like, I know how to put the videos how I want it, or the photos, or like the filter or stuff like that, because I can feel like I'm a control freak. So when it comes to like being in control of stuff, I love being in control of stuff.
Yeah, but, no, you know more about Snapchat than
it always happens. It's always that thing. One day you do really good, one day you do really bad, and that's the thing is like some days you're like really happy, some days you're really sad, and it's like it kind of brings me back into the old years of like YouTube when like that used to happen, and I always just have to remind myself that like Piper, whoever it reached today, that was for a reason, because like it was for a reason. Somebody needed to see it, or somebody wanted to see it. Somebody wanted to make fun of you. Like, you know what I mean? That's the point.
Yeah, no, social media, it's a roller coaster, this girl. Okay, so anyways, let's see. Okay, so you have traveled like the whole world, especially recently. You've been traveling a lot, which is so cool.
I love
On tour, you have traveled like literally the world. We've been to Australia, we've been to Ireland, Scotland, London, like amazing places all over the US. Where, even recently, you went to Bahamas, you went to Mexico. Where is your favorite place you've ever gone, ever?
I don't know. My birthday trip last year to Folly Beach was really great.
Folly Beach, yeah.
But like, I know that I've been there a million times before, but I mean, I love everywhere, but everywhere has its downsides to it. I mean, I love Maui, obviously, but you know, Mexico and the Bahamas, it's a very sad place, and I wish that I could do more to help, but like, honestly, there's nothing I can do unless I'm like the governor of the town, or I don't even know if that would help. Well, I don't even know what I could do to help, but I don't think I could go back there and like, just like sit there and relax.
It is a third world country. Like, things are different there. So even if...
Well, I understand that it's different there, but like, you know, we should do something to help it, you know?
Well, right, but if you were the governor there, you don't have enough economy, right? Money. You don't make enough money to support the animals there and stuff like that, which is really sad. Like, our world is like... I don't even know what I would do. I really don't even know what I would do. But I mean, I love like going to London and stuff like that. I'm not the biggest fan of like planes, but I really do think that traveling has saved my life a lot, because I think I need to always be like out of my comfort zone and not always such in a routine controlled thing, because if I do that, I'll get too like sucked into it. But traveling really helps me like not worry about what time I'm waking up to eat, or like when I'm gonna work out, or when I'm gonna do totally
this,
OCD
or when I'm gonna do
this.
Schedule. Like it really helps me just kind of go with the flow, which I think has really helped me a lot. Yeah. And you know, I think and guess what, everything doesn't go my way, but it goes to flow, and then I'm like, oh, guess what, I'm okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I like, you're like, not in a bad way, you're pretty OCD about like your life,
everything.
Like, if things aren't like, she'll like move them if they have to go in a certain place, or like if we aren't on time or her schedule, it's like...
No, I have the really bad OCD where I'm like, oh, if you don't do that, something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, what is
right
what
now?
Is that?
Right now, it's like, if you don't do that, you're prompt.
Right now, she's thinking about her hand.
Right now, this thing is gonna be awful if you don't do this. And like, I mean, it used to be really, really bad, like really, really bad, but it gets like really, really bad sometimes when I get like stressed. And I think it's an actual problem. Like, people, like, there's some people that like have to. Well, I watched an episode of Intervention, and she was an alcoholic, but the reason why she started drinking was because she had to turn off the light switch 17 times before she left her room.
Oh yeah, that's a real thing.
And like, that's what I fear that I'm going to come to one day, and I hope not, so I always try to not do that, but then I'm also like, oh my god, what if they're telling the truth?
So okay, yeah, it'd be cool to like have like a therapist, like on, like, if this becomes a show, like actually talk about that, because that's like a thing, like is this like pre-signs of OCD or what, right? Okay, your tattoos. This is like a controversial thing, okay?
Is it though? I don't see a lot of people hating on me about it.
But people are like, oh, a teenager having tattoos, which, like, here's the thing. My family, my grandparents, everyone, we all had tattoos as like teenagers. Like, I was 17 having a tattoo, and I haven't had a tattoo other than Piper's name on my leg since. But what is your take on it? Like, if you had a daughter or a child and they're like 15, what would you tell them if they were like, Mom, I want a tattoo?
I mean, what am I gonna say? No, like, I got one.
Yeah, you're a parent. I mean? It doesn't matter.
Well,
you're a parent.
I got one. If they want one, I can go get them one. I mean, as long as it's not like a freaking inappropriate thing that they're gonna hate in a few years, like, okay. But you know, I think my tattoos I really enjoyed getting my tattoos. It was a very memorable moment for everybody. And I mean, I don't really see the hate on it. I see like, oh, she has tattoos now. Like, who was gonna tell me she had tattoos? But like, it doesn't really matter that much to me. You know what I mean? That's like, oh, okay, you know. But yeah. But I do want another tattoo, like right here. I do like tattoos. And I do have to, like, this is why I say you always have to be grateful for people who you've met and who you've hung out with, because truly, honestly, I've always wanted a tattoo, but I was hanging out with someone who also was my same age and had tattoos. So I was like, oh, well, you know, if they're doing okay with tattoos, like, maybe I want one, you know, it's not so scary. So you do always have to think every relationship, like friendship, anything like that you're in, because I probably wouldn't have like necessarily been down to do it if my friend at the time wasn't already having so many tattoos, you know?
Do you have an idea for your next tattoo? Do you know what you want?
No, I don't know what I want, but I want words, like right here.
Words? You don't know, but just words? Like, what if you just got words?
No, like, something, but like something. Like my mom said, like, let them or something, which I think is kind of cute, but I want to like put it in a way that, like, or actually my grandma said it, my mom told me that my grandma said it. So it came a telephone.
Okay, let's talk about your grandma. How, like, okay, so when, this might get emotional, and it's okay.
No, it's fine.
So you and your grandma have like the best relationship ever, and it's super cool. Like by best relationship, I mean you literally say anything. Like there's things around my grandparents, I'm like, oh, I can't cuss. Like I try.
Oh no,
like,
I'm very, okay, this is the thing. I was never like real, or like I never showed like my teenage side to my grandpa. Like I never cursed in front of him. I never said like anything about me like kissing anyone or anything like that in front of my grandpa, because I don't know, like that was such a sacred place that I never wanted to like lose or let him like see any like side of me that he didn't want to see. So I would never do that. But once my grandpa did pass away, I definitely kind of opened up more to my family, like my aunts and my grandma, of course, because I just say whatever I want in front of her, and I don't even care about it anymore. It's just like, you know, you have people, I think she's more not like a grandma than...
She's like your friend.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well, and I mean, you know, friends are really difficult. And this isn't just for like, it sucks because your life is on social media. So I feel like going through issues with friends, which are normal things, like, here's the thing, like people grow up and then you guys have different interests and they move on. It's not like anyone is like, it's not like you were like, F you, get out of my life, or here's a stigma.
Well, guess what if I was? What's the point? Because guess what, like everybody's done that before. You see movies, what do you think that's based on?
Yeah, I don't, like, I think
I haven't.
Friends are tough, right? Like when I was in high school, I lost like a lot of my friends when I just kind of grew up a little bit. Like I kind of matured and decided like I'm gonna go get a job and work 5 days a week versus going to the skate park and skateboarding every day, right? Like I grew up, and because of such, I lost all my friends, but I was making money. It's
the only thing I'm scared of is like with not having a lot of friends is that I'm never gonna like that I'm gonna get too adjusted to it, because I honestly feel like I am too adjusted to it right
that's
now.
That's why I'm talking about this. That's what I'm talking, because I want to give not like advice, but just like from my 2 cents, right? I do think friends are important, and for me especially, Tiffany and Piper make jokes all the time. If I see like another guy,
I just want some friends.
I'm like, yo, that guy looks cool. Like he's cool. And you're like, oh my god, you want to be my friend? Like, of course, yes, I want friends.
He's like my best friend.
I think friends are dope. I think it's so cool. But that being said, you're learning this now, which is tough. You have to have like a guard up. You have to have like a wall. You can't just let anybody in.
Of course.
And I think you're too much of that. Like you literally put such like a.
But like how can you tell me to not be? Like
well,
how can you like look at my life and be like, oh, you know what? You can trust more people.
100%. But maybe it's just social media people. For example, you're going to prom.
No, yeah, seriously, I don't even think that I'm gonna be able to do, like, I literally like just got like a whole like thing about how.
She was so upset. She went on, some girl asked, I need help doing my hair.
Oh my god, yeah, I was in the chat and I was like, someone was like, can someone curl my hair? And I said, I can, and they just like skipped over it, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
But no, I literally was just, the person taking me was just like, oh, like everyone's like super like nervous that you're coming over. I'm like, I don't want to come over. Like, you think that I want to like make people's life harder than it already is? Like, I understand that they're probably like not excited for me to come and be an awkward person there, because listen, I also had friends when I also had a ton of friends, and if let's say a random person came over, it would probably be weird. It would be like, you know, you wouldn't know what to say, you wouldn't know what to do. It would just like throw the vibe off, and I completely understand that. You know what I mean? But I also think people maybe think that I'm not like a normal person.
Here's I've actually thought about this since it happened. The other night, and for context for you guys, Piper's in like a group chat with all of these girls.
I literally have never said anything
are going
besides
to prom
I can
with
curl
her.
your hair. I've been in the chat for like 2 months.
So like, I can understand how that's uncomfortable for you. But okay, so the other night I was like cleaning and I heard screams, Piper! We hear it all the time outside the house.
Oh yeah.
And these girls came out, or they came in front of the house and they ran out and they had like face masks on and like they looked like they were having a sleepover. And like, these are natural like high school girls, right? If they asked you to like have a sleepover, like let's imagine like different, or you're not so like in social media the way it is, what would you say? Would you be like, sure, let's try it? Would you?
I mean, no, I wouldn't say sure, let's try it. Because like, oh, that's
well,
like,
it'd be uncomfortable for you. What if they just said like, let's hang out, or do you want to come hang out?
Okay, sure, maybe I'll try to hang out with them. But I mean, this is like a different situation, because like everyone knows that I'm, not everyone, not like, oh, everyone knows, but like it's a known fact that I'm going, and like I'm just like real nervous. Like I'm honestly getting to the point where I'm like, should I go? What did I do?
Yeah, Piper is pretty, it's okay. I'm so
did you do?
proud of you, because you're gonna push yourself out of your comfort zone, and it's so exciting. And like I said, prom, is like, it's just a fun
I low-key
experience.
think that I'm gonna go and then be like, all right, that was sucking. That was sucking. I sucked and I'm so embarrassing, and then like I'll just stop talking to everyone.
You don't
and
have
then
to
I'll
be
fine.
embarrassed. It's just like,
But like, what if
gonna be
I'm
people-
weird? What if I get so
No.
weird?
It's
And then
all
what
the
if my
likes.
freaking armpits start sweating?
Yo, oh yeah. You have, yeah. Well, just tell your
They
date.
are sweating
Just
right
tell
now.
your date, like, bring paper towels and put them in his
I am
pockets.
literally like, I don't even know what I'm gonna
You
do.
could just take breaks, go to the bathroom. You could do, like, I would take like 20 breaks. I would be
Everyone's like, "When did you
drenching
go
in
to the
sweat, like
bathroom?"
spinning on the floor.
I drink a lot of water. I have to just pee constantly.
Okay, so prom, obviously nervous. There's got to be some excitement as well.
There's like legitimately like this much excitement.
Okay, is it gonna be, so this video goes up Saturday. Is it
So
gonna be,
I'm gonna be at prom right now when this you
Okay,
guys. So
yo.
I'm gonna be getting ready for it.
so guys, if you're not, follow Piper on Snapchat, because like I'm sure everything will be documented.
Hopefully.
On there, okay? We were also talking a little bit, this is tough. We might get emotional, it's okay. We were talking about me and family in sense,
Mm-hmm.
right? And obviously Piggy's been difficult for you. You don't have a lot of male role models in your life, and that's normal. Like literally, there's so many people that I know that didn't know their dad in their life.
Yeah.
Or me necessarily, I grew up without like a father figure. When I was older, I had this guy who was around, and he was really great for me, and I didn't appreciate him as like a father until he passed away.
Yeah.
What is your experience of like not having a dad? Like how could you, like
I
Piggy
really
was
couldn't
your,
tell ya.
Piggy was your like dad, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't like a dad. Like he never, like I've never been dad. But I mean, I think in my last relationship, I kind of felt it like I was a little like, maybe the reason why I was like so resentful is because I have never had like another male person talk to me like, like be, a boy, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I was like, ooh, why are you being so like, you know what I mean?
Being
like
masculine.
Yeah, like why are you doing that? Because like my grandpa wasn't like that with me. He was very gentle and like legit, I say like he's never like let me down. At least like without me knowing, because I was young too. So I don't know. But I mean, I think it's fine. I don't really have anything to compare it to. I think it's
I'm glad
fine.
you brought up the relationship thing, because it's like, like
I think that's the hard thing for me, is because I'm not gonna know, like I'm
it's
always
like-
gonna be like, oh, they're dadding me, like I gotta go.
I have some games. I want to play some games before, like, obviously I want to get, everyone wants to know the meat and potatoes of the video, your relationship with your ex-boyfriend.
Of course.
But before we get to that, I have some games to play. So there's a game, it's very popular, Kiss, Marry, Kill.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 of the biggest influencers in the male side that I can think
Alright.
of, and I'm gonna give you 3
Kiss, marry,
female
kill.
influencers as well.
Okay, cool.
So right now, this is like off the top of my head, I like did not plan this at all. Bryce Hall, Josh Richards, right? Isn't he one? And Vinny Hacker. Wait, is Vinny Hacker still like relevant? Not
I
really.
mean, he is, but he doesn't post anything. Like I mean,
Vinny
there's
Hacker.
not even
Vinny
like
Hacker. Vinny Hacker.
Kiss, marry, kill.
I hope Bryce, please react to guys.
He's
Get
not
Bryce
gonna-
to
he's
react to
not-
this.
I actually would literally like.
Yeah, I
not be
love
able to
his
see
videos
it.
when he reacts to stuff. It's
There's
so
no
fun.
way. Okay, we're gonna kill Bryce.
Oh no!
We're gonna kiss Josh, and we're gonna marry Vinny.
Okay, fair enough. I honestly expected that. I don't know. I was kind of expecting Bryce to be I don't really know much about Josh Richards. He has
Me
podcasts.
neither. These
So
are like
you're
people
just-
that I don't even know.
Okay, all right. Dixie, Charlie, and Addison.
Jesus, we're going all the way back to 2020, yo.
And then I'm gonna ask you a question
Okay,
about
well,
one
I'm
of
gonna
the.
marry Addison, kill Dixie, kiss Charlie. Sorry, Dixie.
I want to talk about JoJo Siwa
Why are we even talking about
because
this?
she's so relevant right now.
But
Here's
that's
the
the
thing.
point. Why are we gonna make her more relevant?
No, we're not. Are you throwing hate at her?
I'm not throwing hate at her, but that's what she wants us to do.
I don't think. But why? She's so. Here's the thing. JoJo
why?
Piper was a huge fan of JoJo.
I had.
And this is gonna get clipped, like just so you know, what we say is getting all. So Piper was a huge fan of JoJo. You had like 100, 200.
I had so many JoJo.
Every JoJo
And I
bow.
did meet her at one of her birthday parties, and she said that she used to watch my old show, Manny, and I was like, oh my god,
She's like hella tall, right? She like.
I don't remember. But what I'm trying to say is, I give her a lot of credit because like a quarter of the stuff that I do is just for like attention and just for people to talk about me. But like everything she's doing is for people to talk about her, and like she's doing great. Like she's definitely making the bank. She's definitely, she did go away for a while, and like she didn't post very much, and she was just kind of like, she's definitely coming up in the world. I mean,
She stepped out of her
tea.
Nickelodeon, right? Was it Nickelodeon or Disney?
I don't remember.
Whatever she stepped out of that and really broke in, because like a lot of, I feel like
You think that?
No, I think a lot of actors or stuff that were on a show, it's like that's all they're kind of known for, and then don't really go into anything
But, like,
unless
I
it's
think
music.
she's not doing that though. Like it literally sounds like a kid's song when she's just.
I'm not talking about her
someone.
music. I'm talking about her. Like look at her
just
look.
Thrusts all the time. Like that. You think that's how she's
What is
changed?
thrusting?
Like she just like.
Oh, her voice? No.
Like she just like she like once like she's like the only way she's changed is like I don't think she's actually changed. You know what I mean? Like she's just like she's making it. She's putting like lipstick on like not a cow because she's not a cow. Like she's putting lipstick on something like some, I don't know. There's something like I understand maybe she like wants to be more of like the like you know masculine kind of look, but she's not doing that. She has like glitter on her all the time and like these like outfits and like sparkly, but they're like black, and she thinks that is like what it means. But I don't know. I have nothing to say about it. I'm just saying.
This
I
is
think
nothing negative to JoJo, by the way. Like
no, but like
we love you. I love what you're doing.
And I don't necessarily. I don't think that she thinks that what she's doing is like.
I think she's doing it for attention.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But I don't think she's putting out a bad message at all.
No, she's not.
To me, do it, please. Get all the attention. Like you're not.
Come as a bitch.
You're not doing bad stuff. Like
no, you're not.
It's cool. So huge shout out to JoJo.
And she's, you know, she got like her car wrapped again. Like she's probably like really like probably at like the highest she's been in a while, and that's what I think is amazing. Even though she's getting a ton of like hate or people like mocking her, she sees it as like you know,
I
like,
love the videos.
copying you. That is like a form of being jealous, and that's like everything that she does.
I love
like,
the videos
you know?
of like a man like painting his face and then like saying what she
You're a
said.
guest on my podcast.
But I love you, JoJo. Like, keep kicking butt. Okay, so let's play another game. This is like guess the lyric.
Okay.
Or guess the song. So I'm gonna say song lyrics until you can tell me what song it is. Okay. So here we go. So it's gonna be forever. That should be easy.
Or it's gonna go down in flames.
What song? Or who sings it?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. All right. Just a small town girl.
In a small town world, living in the wonderful world.
There you go. There you go. Do you know who sings it?
John Mayer.
No.
No. I don't even know who John Mayer is.
You're right with the J. It's Journey. That was good. That was good. Good job. All right. One taught me love.
One taught me patience. One taught me pain. That's so amazing. Ariana Grande. Yeah. Thank you, next.
Okay, and Piper got some like heat on Twitter or X.
I had actually no
about
clue.
saying that the meanest celebrity you met was Ariana Grande.
And
Let's
I mean,
talk
it was
on
true,
this.
but I think that like she's changed as a human. I think right now, like she's probably like changed as a human, but yeah, I'm not trying to be a pick me girl who thinks that like, you think I want to not like her? I do not like her, but you think that I want to like be like, oh, I had a bad experience, but like I was literally just at breakfast at this like very fancy place with like I think it was like a little like friend fan at the time, and they took us there, and she was sitting across the room with all of her friends, and she was like, she had her bodyguard come up to us like 5 times to tell her to stop looking at her.
It's hard not
and I wasn't even looking at her, but like she said that it was making her uncomfortable. She wasn't even going to be able to eat. Like, we would never understand what this is going to feel like. It's awful. Like, please stop looking at her. Like, she's going to have to leave, all your fault. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm a child, I'm 8 years old, and I just want to, like, I was just like peeking at her. Like, I was literally sitting across from her. Like, you look at people when you're at a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
It was just the way she handled it was like not the best. And maybe she was already super famous at that time. So like, maybe she was just like, I don't know, but she like was like batting her little eyes at us the whole time.
Well, I don't know if you know that she had like a vision problem. So
I think she still does. Maybe she doesn't. I don't know.
Maybe,
but
I don't know. Maybe her eyelash.
No hate to her.
So
it was just like the way that like I haven't met a lot of celebrities, but the way that she handled it was not my favorite way. Maybe if I met another celebrity, it wouldn't be like that. But like that, I haven't met that many people. That is my worst one. You ask my worst one, that's my worst one because I haven't met a lot.
Yeah. So maybe that should clear up some of the Ariana fan pages that were like, oh, and who does Piper think she is?
I don't think anyone cares anymore, honestly.
Like, it just was a situation, and understandably so, but like, you know, be nice. I don't know. All right. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times in a row.
I don't know.
I don't even know this one. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go.
Just skip it.
Is Beyonce, Crazy in Love.
Oh, okay.
I don't know this one. Wait, white shirt now red, my bloody nose, sleeping, you're on your tippy toes. White shirt now red, White shirt, now red. My bloody nose. Sleeping. You're on your tippy toes.
I don't know that. I'm not even trying.
Here's your options. Bloody Mary, Lady Gaga. Bad Guy, Billie Eilish. TikTok, Kesha. Or Smooth Criminal, Michael Jackson.
Bad Guy.
All right. Hey, yeah, that's Billie
Bad
Eilish.
Guy.
Okay, Anna Kate would be proud. All right. Enough of this now. I feel like, do you have any other games, anything you want to bring up? Anything
No,
that
my
Piper
stomach
wants to
is
talk about?
growling.
Anything on the top of your head right now?
I really want some ahi
Ahi?
fish.
Yo, Piper's been into that fish.
No, I haven't had it in so long, but I'm like craving it right now. But I'm not gonna go to the store and get it because I have food here.
It's also a pain in the ass getting ahi at, like, I don't know if you guys, well, no, Whole Foods has it.
Yeah, but it's also like they have like the worst cut, and they're like, you want this one, but they have nothing else. Like, what do you want me to go to the ocean and get more ahi for me? Like, no.
Okay, so I do want to talk about your dog, right? You just came back from Bahamas. You rescued a dog, Potcake. How's it been having a completely feral wild dog? Because I have opinions on this.
She's amazing. I mean, I love her a lot, and I mean, obviously she's hard work, but you know, that all comes with everything. You know, you have children, and sometimes you get kind of annoyed at your children. You get annoyed at people. You get annoyed at everything. I could get annoyed at this chair. I'm annoyed at everything right now. I'm annoyed at the camera. I'm annoyed that I'm hungry. You know what I mean? You can get annoyed at everything. And of course, I've gotten annoyed at her before, but she hasn't chewed anything else up, which I think is good. And
Yo, this dog chews up Piper's nice shoes, and she's like, yes! Like,
no,
she's
I mean, she has chewed up something that I really liked, my curling iron. She's ruined one of the things that Anna Kate got me, a stuffed animal, which maybe she's like, Piper, you're 16, stop using.
So my take,
whatever. What else?
my take on it is, I'm proud of you, right? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was really annoyed when Piper brought home this dog, because I'm like, great. But no, you've like done a really good job taking care of her, and she's like adapted to being owned really well.
Yeah, she
So,
just
good
literally
job.
lays in my room all day.
All day.
It's pretty easy. She doesn't even go outside. I'm like, Pocket, get up. I have to literally carry her downstairs for her to go outside.
Okay, so something that has been like, you know, all over your fandom and all over Instagram, I feel like for our side, has been a lot about your breakup, right? And before we ever announced, like, Piper and Lev are no longer in a relationship, everyone like already knew or assumed or whatever.
Yeah.
And not only is it emotional for you, but it's emotional for like a lot of these kids. Like, these kids are like, kids are like committed
it
to you
is
guys.
emotional. I mean, I honestly literally don't even know what I'm doing, but I mean, I think that I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, and I kind of wanted it to just like kind of happen. Like, I didn't want to rip the Band-Aid off. I kind of wanted the Band-Aid to slowly fall off. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't tell you guys, like, but we have been broken up for like at least 3 months now, like fully. But you know, I know that, you know, people tell me not to talk to him, or they tell me, you know, Piper, you should talk to him and like stuff like that. But like, I still do talk to him and we talk to each other. But for me, I don't know about for him. It's just like really difficult. It's just really
Understandable.
difficult.
Well, like, okay, from my perspective, Piper's never really like had a boyfriend until Lev. Like, it was your first kiss. It was like you actually really liked him. And I'm gonna say still kind of do a little bit, which is understandable, right? It's like, that's a love I feel like you'll probably always have. And there's no bad blood between you two. It's like super nice. You guys are like still friends, I would say. Like friends. I would say you're still friends.
Yeah.
So to people who are like hating on it or whatever, I don't think that's fair. Lev's a cool kid. He's growing. He's a man now. He's 18. Like, he's grown up. Mm-hmm. You're like, he's a man. Lev's also childish, but like, look, I have like a Game Boy right here. I am too. So, but yeah, I think Lev's cool. Let's get more into boyfriends. How long does it take for you to fart in front of your boyfriend? Did you ever fart in front of Lev?
So.
You never farted ever?
Nope.
Lev used to fart in front of you all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I liked it.
So, yeah, Piper, what you like?
So funny.
Okay. How long would it take for you to be in a relationship with someone to fart in front of them?
Honestly, is how I won't fart in front of them. Like, I will fart and I'll go somewhere else, but like, I really don't want to like. I feel like that's just like, it's like not something that you want to think about. Like, I don't want to fart in front of people. Like, I think the only person I fart in front of, maybe you accidentally, but my mom, I'll fart in front of my mom all the time. But like,
Yeah,
not
she doesn't
anyone
even
else,
fart in
like
front
no
of
friends or
Yo,
anything.
if-
Not even friends. Like, that's so, I don't what don't want my friends thinking about that, because unfortunately, like, if, I don't know, you know, when you love someone, like, anything that they do is like perfect and it doesn't make you grossed out at all. But like another boy that I was like, that was in our group farted, and I was like, like my whole body, like, just like, you know what I mean? Like, and that was how I knew, like, okay, Piper, like, you obviously love Lev because you don't think it's gross obsessed. At all. You know what I mean?
Lev could do, he could do anything, and Piper would be like, oh, that was awesome. Like I would be like, dude, like, come on. Okay, so, but if I asked Desi this question, she would say like, oh, first date. Like,
yeah, no, like, my aunt is crazy with that stuff.
Okay, yeah, so obviously it's been a difficult time. Do you have any advice for someone who's maybe going through a breakup right now? Like, is there anything that you would say, like?
Honestly, just keep yourself occupied. I mean, I haven't really gotten like too many words to tell you guys to like give you advice yet. Like, I'm still kind of like coming up with that in my head.
Piper has nightmares about it still.
I do. It's really bad, but it's, you know, I think it's just life.
No, I think, yeah, it is. It is part of life. Everyone goes through it. And for me, it hurts because, like, I really care about Piper. And I don't have friends. Piper's, like, my best friend. We don't really talk or hang out that much. But when we do, it's with a camera. So for me to see, like, Piper in not a work setting be, like, emotional is really hard for me. Like, it is really difficult.
I don't want people to know I'm emotional, so I won't cry or anything.
Yeah, I can see tears in her eye, and she's not. You can. It's okay. Like, they love you
right now.
Okay.
I'm not in the mood.
All right, last thing I want to talk about, and then anything else we could just BS for a second, and then we'll end it. But something that has been brought up a lot, and Piper does these live streams on Fanatic Live, right? So you guys can go check her out on there. There's this one viewer, and she's very frustrating. She does talk about like your eating disorder at times, right? Which is obviously something frustrating and hard, because it's like that's like a real problem. It's like it's a thing that you've, I would say, conquered and done a good job. And whenever someone talks about it, it makes it more difficult, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to like touch any nerves here, but you know, I everyone has like hard times with stuff. Do you have any advice for someone who maybe is going through something? You have really invested your time into like working out and like health and stuff, and I think that's like a healthy way to look at your eating disorder. Do you have any, maybe what was the hardest part? Or what was like? Well,
I mean, I have a whole video where you guys can like actually like learn about it and like look more about all of that stuff. But all I gotta say is like, I was literally just with a friend the other day, and she was asking me like what I do to like look the way I do, and like I was just really real with her, and I was just like, I'm just letting you know, like, when I was the skinniest my whole entire life, like I wasn't any happier than I am now. Like, I'm happier now, but you can't live your life thinking that being skinny or being, you know, skinny is gonna make you beautiful, or, you know, at the end of the day when you die, what are you gonna say? Oh, at least I was thin? No, like, it's not gonna, like, you know, you enjoy the stuff that you love, because you can lose a lot of memories with the people that you love without food. And I think that I kind of spoiled my relationship, like even my like relationship with my boyfriend. You know, I didn't like go out to eat with him at all because I was like, you know, in the midst of all of that.
Yeah, I mean, there was times when like we would all just be like, oh yes, and Piper would get a salad, and it was like, you know, it was hard to watch. But I'm really proud of you because you've like conquered it. It is a daily struggle still, or like you're like over it. Like, what is?
I mean, I think that anything can
now?
Trigger it. You know, I mean, I've had it before and it came back, so I think it's like there's something inside of me, unfortunately.
Is it like a coping thing? Like, do you feel like you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this because it feels safe?
I would love to tell you. I don't know. I can't say. I mean, people can tell me that that's the reason, or that it's because I want control of stuff, but I don't know. How am I supposed to know? It's just something I do.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, you've done a great job getting over that, and super cool. We have a lot of kittens right now, like a lot of kittens, and they're very sweet. We have to hand feed them. It's even like kind of frustrating.
They're so sweet though.
But it's super cool. It's fun, and
they really help just make the house have so much life.
I don't know if you realize there's been wild parrots everywhere outside recently.
No. I've heard them.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I don't know what happened in California. I think like there was a fire of a bird store and they all like escaped, and parrots really just like went everywhere. And like I think of Pablo every time I see it. But yeah, no, it's like crazy. Okay, I have some questions that fans gave me for you. They're like super basic. What's your favorite drink that you like actually drink? Like we have Glow here, which is like super cool. We drink lots of Prime.
Celsius or
Celsius.
a Poppy. Those are really good. They're like little soda things. Or I like just like a mint tea.
Mint tea.
Mint tea. So classy.
Okay. What's your go-to snack on a road trip?
Probably banana, an apple, or a date.
You still like dates?
I'm trying not to eat them before prom because I just want to kind of like let myself like love them so much and distance myself, because distance grows a lot fonder. So I'm gonna, when I come back, I'm gonna
I used
spoil
to eat,
myself.
like I'm a candy guy. I used to eat a candy, and then when Piper was little, she would become obsessed with the same candy that I liked until she would hate it.
Because that's the thing, like I was getting to the point where I hated them. And then I would like hate kombuchas right now too. And I think I did it to myself, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, if you could go back at any time since we started social media, what era would you go back to? Like we've gone through like eras. Like there was a Musical.ly stan, like when we were just in like Musical.ly all the time, then we got an apartment, and then it was like,
I think like 2021, 2022 was great. I mean not like necessarily great, but it was like, I think it was pretty good. You know, all of my friends, we were just friends. We just had like fun all the time. It's what I thought, you know.
Was that the Stanley house or no?
No.
Was that the Easttown? Was that
No,
here?
that was here, 2021, 2022.
Yeah, I don't even know my dates.
Because, I mean, the Stanley house was cool, but there was a lot of like, I just didn't like that house at all. Like, it literally gave me like
it was old.
It felt so like icky to me. I actually like, you would have to pay me a lot of money to stay in that house again. Not because of anything that happened in it, but it was just the way that we like came upon it, and we like, you know, rented it, and like, you know, we just, saying, you know, a lot. But if, I don't like
Dude, I loved the 1-bedroom Easttown. Like when like we were like,
I liked the 2-bedroom. That was a good.
2-bedroom was cool.
That was like, I always like, you know, I close my eyes and I like bedroom. Accidentally like just like think of that whole like season of my life. You know, I remember we used to get like Chick-fil-A sometimes for dinner, or my mom would make us like, I don't know, something like, and then my room was so beautiful, and I like cleaned it all the time. It was always clean, and it was purple, and it's like, that was an amazing time in my life, honestly.
I love that. Easttown was dope. Hollywood was like dope. Okay.
Yeah. But we were there at its peak. Like if we were living there now, it wouldn't seem as cool, I feel.
Yeah, that's something I would like to talk about. If your life's like right now, even if it's good or bad, like cherish it, because things like I'm not trying to say life sucks, but things don't like get better. Like it is all being in the present. Like where you are right now is the best it's gonna get, and then in a year from now, where you are right then is the best it's gonna get. You really have to like cherish every moment you're in at the moment. Okay, this is my favorite question. I'm saving it for last. If you could live in a show or a movie, what would you pick? Because if I asked you this question when we lived at Easttown, we'd be like, oh, Zombieland. Like what would you pick? It could be real. It could be like Naked and Afraid. It could be real. It could be like whatever. If you could pick a movie or a show.
Movie or show to be in? I mean, probably.
I would pick like superhero. I would want to be Spider-Man. Like I would be Spider-Man. That'd be so sick. I would love to be Spider-Man.
Okay.
Not Tom Holland. I'm talking like original Spider-Man.
Man, I don't know. Oh, like maybe like the Friends setting.
Friends, that would be dope. If you could live in
I could
Friends.
be like Monica, Phoebe, Rachel.
You would be Piper. You're just in it.
I would want to probably be in that. That seemed like a good time for
I feel
everyone.
like you and Joey would be like, because Joey's like an actor.
I would literally not even want to I would be in love with Joey. I would marry him. But like he's not that kind of guy. So then I would get my heart broken. So
yeah, you would be that character who's like, you know, always trying to win him over, but you never actually do.
Right, well maybe they'll do a reboot. I'll go in there.
Yeah. Okay, so that was it. It was pretty much like you here, and us just talking back and forth. Like
something I've never done before. Usually I'm like, oh, it's okay that you're making that face, Piper. We'll get cut off.
But no,
this isn't gonna get cut off.
This is as real and raw as it gets. This is why I'm saying like this is potentially a future for you. Like right, you could just be Piper. You could be real. You can talk about stuff. If you go on a rant, you can go on a rant. Potentially bringing in other people, like maybe Lev comes on one episode and like you guys talk.
Maybe
you guys hash out some stuff. Like bring your ex on the podcast. That'd be cool. You know, Anna Kate, Anna Kate's doing a sugar-free diet right now, which is really interesting, and you know it's obviously like emotional and roller coasters for her, which is a little. I'd love to hear her like stuff on that. Maybe bringing in some old friends that we filmed with before, and who knows, like. Just seeing stuff. This could be cool. Who knows? Okay. But you guys let us know if you liked it. If you want to see more of it, this might never happen again.
This might never happen again if you guys don't like it. So you just have to let us know. Just like, subscribe, or just like, dislike if you like it or not. Because guess what? We won't waste our time doing this. You know what I mean? If you don't want it.
Piper said earlier, the only reason we make content is literally for you guys. Like we don't get any.
We don't get
I kill myself editing to get nothing out of it except for making your guys'
And like that should be the point of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, putting a paywall behind something kind of makes you not like it as much. I'm not gonna.
It does, because then you're like, ugh, like, you know.
Yeah. You take away the creativity, it becomes a job. But no, this was cool. I enjoyed it. I got to piss off Piper a little bit.
People actually call me P Rizzle.
That's right. Like, I created that. That's
like
my name.
Like for real. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Peace out. Stay safe.